nice. You can understand that from when I say it. Or if I tell you, she did her homework, how? Under what conditions? She did her homework in the dark. Well, that would be difficult. So this tells you the conditions under which she did it. Or I can tell you that I need one thing to happen before I do something else. I can say to you, I will go to the movies, and I need a condition in order to go to the movies. The condition is if my parents say yes. So I will go to the movies if my parents say yes is the adverb clause that tells us the conditions under which that can be done. This can be difficult and it's going to take some time to learn, but I hope this helps you to begin understanding adverbs that tell us when, why, or under what conditions.
We're going to extend this a little bit. Sometimes we have to use a phrase to describe what we want to talk about. So why don't we, who remembers what the last sentence we just looked at was? Misha will stay for supper. Away. So let's write this on the board. Misha will stay for supper because his parents are away. So again, where's our adverb in that sentence? I'm going to underline it, okay? But would that be complete if I just said, Misha will stay for supper because? Would that be right of me? No. I have to tell you more information, don't I? So why will Misha stay for supper? Oh, because his parents are away. This is what we call a phrase. Okay? And so this is what we call an adverbial phrase because it starts with a adverb. Right? You're right, it does start with because, which is our adverb. So this is an adverbial phrase. Now, sometimes we use words that are prepositions to start our adverbial phrases, like words like over and under, beside, behind, before. Those are some prepositions. After. Let's look at this one. All right, here we go. Who would like to read this sentence for me? Sasha, can you read this sentence, please?
She missed the class because she was late.
Okay, so she missed class because she was late. What is our adverb here? Because. What question is being answered? Why? Why did she miss class? Because she was late. Now again, can I say she missed class because? No. So I know that I need to use a phrase, right? I need to use an adverbial phrase. What is the phrase here? Because she was late, right? It includes that. That's right, because she was late. Very good. Okay. Take your sheets out again, please. We're going to read some of the adverbial phrases that are here. In the second column, okay? Let's not look at the first side, let's look at the second side. And we're going to start by reading from this. Can you read the first one? You're going to read right here. We're going to read down this column, okay? Everything in the second column is either an adverb or an adverbial phrase. So why don't you go ahead?
After the meeting.
Very good. After the meeting, that's the first one.
Before he went to sleep.
Before he went to sleep.
During brush.
Oh, no. No, we're not matching them yet. We're just reading these ones, okay? Good. Misha, you're reading this one.
Because the joke was funny.
Because the joke was funny.
Regina forgot her notebook loudly.
No. You're just reading loudly.
Loudly?
Okay, we're just reading all of the adverbs. Yeah. All the adverbs and adverbial phrases. Can you read this one?
After she cleaned his room.
Good job. After she cleaned her room. Sahar?
Megan
Laughed, you're looking at? Yeah. What does this one say? Tightly. Tightly.
Mom and Dad,
Right here.
so that she would not be late.
So that she would not be late. Can you read this one?
When she went
Whenever she went
to school.
to school. And this one.
They were
Dirty.
dirty.
Because they were dirty. So let's look at the first sentence at the top left. Liana came to class.
Whenever she went to school.
That could work. There might be one that's better. Liana came to class. After the meeting? Well, maybe.
After she cleaned the room.
After she cleaned her room? Maybe. That could work too. So do you see how different adverbs can work with one sentence? Because they're answering different questions. Let's look at the next one. Joanne brushed her teeth. When? What's being answered? When? How? Why? Joanne brushed her teeth
After the morning.
after the meeting? Maybe. What would after the meeting tell us? That would tell us when.
Yeah.
How about because they were dirty?
No.
She brushed her teeth because they were dirty?
Yes.
It's
Yes. No.
That would tell us why she brushed her teeth,
yeah.
right?
But we can get when she brushed her teeth.
We could do why as well. We could do when, right? We could also have a condition. Joanne brushed her teeth if she had toothpaste.
Whenever she went to school.
Okay. Whenever she went to school, yes, that tells us when again. Very good.
So
Let's-
we,
Let's just wait. Let's just wait. Next one. Dima tied his shoes.
because they were dirty.
He tied his shoes because they were dirty? Maybe not.
Why?
You have to tie them to...
There's a meeting.
Dima tied his shoes after the meeting. Does that really make very much sense? I mean, it makes sense. Would we say that?
Because they were dirty.
Let's see. Dima tied his shoes. How do you tie shoes?
Tightly?
Yes, we tie shoes tightly so they don't fall off. Oh, that shows us how he tied his shoes.
What?
Regina forgot her notebook. When or why or how did Regina forget her notebook?
Whenever she went to school.
Oh, Regina forgot her notebook whenever she went to school? She wouldn't be getting a lot of work done, would she? But that could happen. That would tell us when. So what I want you to do is I want you to finish matching these, and then we're going to read them together, okay?
I will show you a series of adverbs and adverbial phrases. Pause the video and write them down. And then we will show you the sentence with a blank, and you must choose the correct adverb or adverb phrase to go in the blank. Are you ready? Let's begin. Please write down these adverbs and adverbial phrases. 1. After the meeting. 2. Before he went to sleep. 3. Because the joke was funny. Please pause the video and write these down. 4. loudly. 5. After she cleaned her room. 6. Tightly. Please pause the video and write these down. 7. So that she would not be late. 8. Whenever she went to school. 9. Because they were dirty. Please write down these adverbs or adverb phrases and use them to complete the sentences which follow. 1. Lena came to class. Please choose the right adverb or adverb phrase to complete this sentence. Joanne brushed her teeth. Dima tied his shoes. Regina forgot her notebook. Megan laughed. Mr. Doug played music. Make sure that you have used the correct adverb or adverbial phrase to complete these sentences. All right, now that you've finished, let's go back and listen to the students and see what their answers were. Sometimes more than one answer can be correct when you're dealing with adverbs. So let's listen to them and see if their answers are as good as yours.
Okay, why don't we have, why don't you come on up, Elisa? You can read 2 of your sentences that you formed. We'll see what we've all got here, okay?
Liana comes to class whenever she went to school.
She came to class whenever she went to school. What does that answer, whenever she went to school? Leanna came to class when? Whenever she went to school. Good. Okay, read one more for us.
Joanna brushed her teeth after the meeting.
Oh, so what does that answer for us? Joanne brushed her teeth
After.
when? When? After. That's right, after the meeting. Very good. Good. It can be right. Okay. Dima, would you like to come and read 2 sentences for us too?
What must we?
Can you turn around? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Dima tied his shoes tightly.
Very good. What does that answer? What does tightly answer?
How?
How he tied his shoes. Very good.
And Dina forgot her notebook after the meeting.
Okay, and what does that answer?
After when?
When. It answers when. Very good. Good job. Does anybody else have a sentence that they want to share? That they'd like to read at the front? Let's look at some of these other ones. Megan laughed. How did Megan laugh? Or why did Megan laugh?
Because.
Okay, so we've got 2 answers. One answers, you said loudly. What does that answer? Megan laughed loudly. That tells us how she laughed. Or, what was yours?
Megan laughed at
Because.
the joke was funny.
So that tells us why Megan laughed, right? Because the joke was funny. Very good. How about Mr. Doug played music? Mr. Doug played music. What are we saying for that one?
Loudly.
That would tell us how he played music. Was there another one on there?
Because the joke was funny.
Mr. Doug played music because the joke was funny? Aww. Which one? Oh, very good. That's great. Mr. Doug played music before he went to sleep. What does that tell us? It tells us when he played music. That's right. So do you see that these are telling us, they're answering the different questions for us, right? Good job, everybody. I know that was a little challenging, but that's good. We're using adverbs in clauses and phrases. So way to go. You can stand up. And everybody can tell me one adverb. Think of one adverb. There's some on the board that you can use. So why don't we all read one adverb? Because?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. If.
Then.
Then.
Later.
Later.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Then.
Then. Later, yes. What else? What's this one? Early. Very good. Very good. And then since. We can say that one too. Excellent. Okay. Excellent job. We are going to have a break.
Well, let's wrap up. What did we learn today? Well, we learned that adverbs can do a lot more than just tell us how something was done. They can tell us when it was done, why it was done, or under what conditions it was done. If I take a simple sentence like, I walked, I can say how I walked quickly. But I can also say, I walked yesterday. When? I walked to get to the store. Why? I walked in the rain. Under what conditions? And this tells us a lot more about it. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson. This is English Without Limits. I'm Doug Sadler. Have a good day.